Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Barcelona. Thank you for joining Microsoft here at Mobile World Congress. As you know, it's a very exciting time for Microsoft and for all of our customers. We at Microsoft are on a journey. We're on a journey to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. At the heart of that ambition is a focus on what a person experiences while they're mobile. We should not obsess on the mobility of the devices, but instead we are focused on the mobility of the experiences, and that is where we have shifted our focus. Of course, this concept of the mobility of the experience begins very much with Windows. Windows is our home, and it is the place where you will experience the very best that Microsoft has to offer. Skype and Cortana are built in. OneDrive and the Sync framework are built in. Outlook is built in and is not an application that needs to be downloaded. Xbox Live is built as part of Windows to create the most delightful experiences on the various devices. And developers can build universal applications once and deliver those applications across different types of Windows devices. And we have an ever-broadening portfolio of partner devices entering the marketplace. At the same time, we at Microsoft are extending our signature experiences across other platforms, in addition to what we deliver on Windows. So, for example, it is our hope that these cross-platform initiatives will not only deliver great experiences on our platforms, but also on all platforms. Because ultimately what we want to do is to serve our customers where they work while also bringing them back to Windows. This is a practical approach, a very practical approach, which puts our customers first. Now, we are pursuing this ambition with Windows 10 in a way that has us deeply connected to people all over the world who are shaping the very future of Windows. There are today 2.8 million people registered as Windows insiders. They have provided us already with 900,000 pieces of feedback about the future of Windows 10. This very involvement is shaping the future of Windows. Now, this direction for Windows has new implications for people and partners who participate with Microsoft. For people who use our products every day, we are delivering a common experience that lets people achieve more across all of the different device form factors. For developers, this means a unified platform. And most importantly, as we help the world upgrade to Windows 10, we will increase the size dramatically of the unified Windows platform, thereby attracting new developers to our platform. For operators, this also means we can bring the full Microsoft offering together and do all sorts of joint activities with our operator partners. For example, today we are announcing a new service for small and medium-sized businesses together with AT&T. Fully integrated, the AT&T Mobile Office Suite offers businesses easily and highly secure access to voice calls, email, calendars, instant messaging, HD video conferencing, desktop sharing, file sharing, and a variety of other capabilities, jointly between Microsoft and AT&T. And of course, for those of us at Microsoft, the concept of the mobility of the experience necessitates a one Microsoft approach. It requires a uniformity of focus and alignment across our entire company. We all have to work together across our products to prioritize how best to serve our customers. So today, what we'd like to do is share some of these great new experiences with you. And as we're here at Mobile World Congress, we're going to start by working on the phone. Now, as we shared in January, there are some exciting experiences landing across Windows 10 and on phones, including a whole variety of new universal applications, an entirely new browsing experience, an extended integration of our Cortana personal assistant, and even new holographic technology. All of these things are landing with Windows 10. And what we'd like to do right now is to share a couple of additional Windows 10 experiences with you. Now, to demonstrate these particular experiences, we're going to be using a number of different Lumia devices, existing devices, as well as new devices, including the new Microsoft Lumia 640. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new Lumia 640. All right. And yes, for those of you who are wondering, that color is blue. It is neither gold nor white. That is blue. Available in April, the Lumia 640 lets you choose when and where to get things done with integrated services from Microsoft, including Office, Outlook, Skype, OneDrive, and fast 4G LTE connectivity. The Lumia 640 builds on the success we've seen in the affordable space. It carries power to last you all day long with a 2,500 milliamp hour battery. It has a crisp, sharp 5-inch HD display with great visibility, particularly in sunlight. And it comes in many colors, including cyan, orange, black, and white. Now, the Lumia 640 is available in single SIM and double SIM variants in both 3G and LTE, including LTE dual SIM. So we're really excited about this product and how it will be received around the world. Now, of course, we've added fantastic optics, something upon which we always focus. With the latest Lumia camera software updates, you get the latest imaging technology. You can capture detail-rich photos even in low light with an 8-megapixel camera, dynamic flash, and auto HDR. And yes, it has a great front-facing camera and wide-angle lens, which are excellent for Skype and for selfies. Now, the Lumia 640 will initially ship with Windows 8.1, but will be upgradable to the full Windows 10 service later this year. Additionally, it is our ambition to bring Windows 10 to all Lumia devices running Windows 8.1, noting that some features will vary based on hardware specs. And later this year, we will introduce new Lumia devices based on Windows 10, including devices in the flagship tier. Those are our plans. Now, to take a look at some of our Windows 10 experiences using a variety of devices, I've asked Neil Broadley from our Lumia team to join us. Neil, come on up here, and welcome.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Thank you. So good morning, everybody. I'm very excited to be here today in Mobile World Congress. This is going to be the first time that we've publicly demoed the Windows 10 technical preview for phones, which we made available just a few short weeks ago. But we're also going to take the opportunity today to demo a few things that are still coming and very much fresh from the labs. Now, I know our Windows team have worked incredibly hard to get this out. This is one of the earliest publicly available previews we've ever done for Windows on phones. So some of what you're going to see is very much still in development. You're going to see a few rough edges. But in the spirit in which we've approached the whole Windows 10 development, we thought it was really important to share some of these features, some of these experiences with our users and with our customers as early as possible. So you can join us on our journey. So most importantly, you can share your feedback with us, and we can also kind of share those experiences. Now, there's a lot to love about Windows 10 on phones. We're going to share some familiar features. We're going to share some improvements, but also innovations and some all-new capabilities. So now I'd like to take you through a few of these, and I'm going to start with my Lumia 930. Okay, so we've kept what's great about Windows Phone 8.1, such as the fast and smooth performance, the signature Microsoft services out of the box, and personalization features like these transparent tiles that really show off my full-screen background image. We've also taken the opportunity to improve things. When I swipe across, you'll see that now the recently installed apps are right here at the top of my application list. And we've also been working on our Action Center. Now, one of the things we've been focusing on is how we allow people to get things done faster. So, for example, what you can do right now is actually tap and expand the list to the shortcuts so you can get quick access to all of your most recent settings, and you can get them done much faster than before. Now, we've also been focusing on messaging. And to show you that, I'm going to switch across to my Lumia 630 here. So one of the things we've been working very hard with Windows Phone 10 is actually to be able to integrate both rich communication suites and Skype messaging into the same messaging thread. So here you can see a message from my friend Jordan. He's communicating with me using Rich Communication Suite. With just one touch, I can click and communicate via Skype messaging. So both Rich Communication Suite and Skype messaging integrated together with Windows 10 on mobile. And while I'm doing all of these activities, the Action Center back on my PC or my tablet stays seamlessly in sync. So I'll never have to do things twice. Now, one of the ways we keep these things in sync is using something called universal apps. And these have been one of the big focus areas for us with our Windows 10 development. Now, earlier this year, we showed a glimpse of the new browser for Windows 10 running on PC that we've codenamed Project Spartan. Now, the browser is still in development, but today, for the very first time, we're going to show a little bit of Project Spartan running on the phone. Now, Project Spartan is built using the Universal Apps platform. So that means it shares a common code base, and it renders web pages with the same new rendering engine that we use across all Windows 10 devices. Now, I'm going to switch back to my Lumia 930 and open Project Spartan on the device. Now, it's designed to adapt to whatever device it's running on. So whether a phone, a tablet, or a large screen desktop PC. And you can see immediately that the new UI has a beautifully clean design, just like that on the desktop. Now, one of the things we know about how people browse on mobile is we all spend a lot of time browsing. We spend a lot of time reading. So one of the things we wanted to do was to make sure we focused on a great reading experience built in. Now, many of the articles you read on the web have very busy layouts, so it can be difficult to focus on the content. So we've made it possible to read articles in a special reading list view. So I'm just going to tap in the bottom right-hand corner and choose my hub. And here you're going to see my reading list. So these are articles that I've saved from my Windows 10 PC to my phone to read later. So for example, when I'm on the train home. Now you can see I've got quite an eclectic taste. I've got Architectural Digest, 20 hamburgers I need to eat before I die, and even the running training plan for the marathon I'm supposed to be doing next month. But if we go to the top and we look at this first article, here's an article I've saved earlier. Now, what you're going to see immediately is the layout is simple. We've got really beautiful typography, and it's possible to even change it between a dark and a light theme, to change the font size, and really make it perfect for you. So reading is designed to give you a purer reading experience. The way we think about it is it's almost like an e-reader for your browser. And with these reading features, we aim to make it possible for you to enjoy your favorite reads distraction-free, and they're always easy and available to you when you're on the go. Now I'm going to jump across to the Surface and demonstrate another Universal app. And with Windows 10, we're going to bring the Universal Maps application to Windows 10 devices. Now, being a Universal app, it'll have a consistent experience across screens. But one of the experiences I want to show you today is how we brought several functionalities that used to be separate all home under one roof. So let me show you very quickly. So let's say I want to search for a restaurant. This is a restaurant some of my friends have told me about. 023 right here in Barcelona. So what will happen is the maps pull it up. You can see we've got a lovely rich information. I've got some photos. I've got reviews, opening hours. But what I wanted to show you was how actually, if I just tap on directions, you can see very quickly the Universal Maps application generating the drive direction. And because I'm the sort of guy who likes to sometimes take the healthy route, I want to see how long it takes me to walk. I just tap right here, and it automatically makes that shift for me. So really, really fast, really, really easy to use. Now what I want to do is jump from the maps on my Surface to the maps on my Lumia. And for the first time in public, I want to show you how this experience works. So let's open the Maps application. So being a Universal app, you're going to see a similar UI as on my Surface. And when I go, it's just going to find my location right here in the Fira. But when I go to search, the first thing you're going to notice is that live search I just did right there on the surface has seamlessly synced via the cloud to my other Windows 10 devices, in this case, my Lumia 930. So rather than having to go and do the search all over again, just one tap, I'm straight back into the information. As you can see, I've got the same great rich information on my device. I've got opening hours. I've got the information I want. Now, I like the look of this restaurant. I think it's one we might want to check out while we're here in Barcelona. So I'm just going to hit the favorites button, and that's going to save it to my favorites for later. So last but not least, we announced in January that Cortana will be coming across Windows 10 devices. And when it comes to reminders, Cortana is industry leading with reminders based on people, time, and location. Now reminders are about to get even better with seamless synchronizing across my devices. So if I set up a reminder or I add an interest, this will seamlessly sync between my Windows 10 devices, ensuring I'm on top of things regardless of the device I'm using. So let's jump across to the Surface and let's fire up Cortana. So here we've got the Cortana view that you'll be familiar with. We've got some of my latest information I'm interested in, the weather for my latest location. But if I was to just click in here, you'll see this is where we have some additional information. Notice how that search I did with Maps that we saw on the Maps app and also Maps on the Lumia now has synced to my favorites, because I added it as a favorite, to Cortana as well. So all the time, saving you time and making you more productive. But let's jump back to home. So, you know, in the era of live demos here in Mobile World Congress, this is a high-risk live demo. But let's see if we can get Cortana to help us out. Cortana, remind me about dinner at 8 p.m.
Sure. Remind you to dinner at 6 p.m. today.
Okay, so Cortana wants to send me a little bit earlier, but you can see how easy it is to set the reminder on Cortana. Now, I'm also, as I'm in Barcelona, I'm a big sports fan. I'm a huge Formula One fan. I know the test has been going on. So I want to make sure that I also stay up to date with the latest news. Now, one of the ways Cortana remembers what's important to me is using her notebook. So if I just tap on here and I add a topic, it's very easy for me to add an interest right here. So for example, I'll add the sports headlines. And you can see right here, she's remembered I'm interested in the sports headlines. So we'll jump back to home. Now, what I'm going to do is shift across to Cortana on my Lumia 930. So what you're going to see immediately, again, using the power of the cloud, Cortana has already synced my interest in sports from my Windows 10 Surface all the way to my Windows 10 on my Lumia. If I click on Places again, because I saved the restaurant as a favorite, it's right here on my Lumia, so I can jump straight to the information. And also at the same time, Cortana is able to synchronize across reminders that I've set, again using the power of the cloud. So you can see already that appointment to dinner at 6 o'clock right here on my Lumia device and right there ready. So I've always got that information. I'm seamlessly synced and I'm always prepared for whatever life throws at me. So with all of these exciting features and universal apps coming to Windows 10 for phones, I'm really excited about the future of Windows 10 on Lumia. Windows 10 will make people more productive on the go. Thank you for your time, and I'd now like to hand you back to Stephen. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you. Now, if you use Lumia and you love to try the latest stuff, or you're a developer or IT pro working with Windows Phone, please join the Windows Insider program, and you can begin immediately to try some of these latest developments. Now, the Lumia 640 that I introduced just before Neil came on is a great device for all of these experiences, but it's also light on the pocketbook. It will begin shipping in April, and the Lumia 640 will be on sale for 139 euros for the 3G version and 159 euros for the LTE version. Now, we are also offering people a choice of devices to best suit their needs. The Lumia 640 also comes in a supersized version, the Lumia 640 XL. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Lumia 640 XL. Now this device has all of the great features we've already talked about and more. It has a bigger HD screen at 5.7 inches. It has a bigger battery at 3,000 milliamp hours, an LED flash, and a 13 megapixel camera. And it's also slim at just 9 millimeters. It comes with a very affordable price tag. The Lumia 640 XL is 189 euros for 3G and 219 euros for LTE. Now with this 5.7-inch screen, we're going to make it even easier to turn ideas and inspiration into real content. When you buy a Lumia 640 or a Lumia 640 XL, you will also receive a 1-year subscription to Office 365. Including the full installed Office suite of applications for your Lumia, as well as on one of your PC or Mac, and also for one tablet, be it Windows, iPad, or Android. That will also include 1 terabyte of OneDrive storage, and it will also include 60 Skype World Minutes per month, so that you can call landlines in 60+ countries and mobile devices in 8 countries. So with the Lumia 640 or 640 XL and Office 365, you can do things like create a Word document on your PC, continue to edit the document on your Lumia 640 XL, then present it from your Surface, all synchronized in real time using OneDrive. Now, these new devices will be available globally with partners like AT&T, Deutsche Telekom, Dixon's Carphone Warehouse, O2, Orange, T-Mobile and Metro PCS in the United States, Telefonica, and many, many more. So that makes the Lumia 640 and 640 XL fantastic for consumers, but it also makes these devices great for business users. It has Microsoft services built in that you need for work. Office, Outlook, OneDrive, already built in. It works seamlessly with other devices. And it fulfills the needs of business IT decision makers with things like enterprise-grade security, seamless integration with business IT, platform convergence, and of course these devices will upgrade to Windows 10. Plus for business, this offers amazingly superior value. With the affordable pricing of these devices, you can get 3 of the Lumia 640 or 640 XL family of products for the price of just 1 competitive flagship device with parity business features. Now, I'd like to show you a bit more about what that business experience is like with some of our premier applications, in particular our Office applications, operating as universal applications across a whole family of devices as you'd expect to do it in a business setting. To do that, I'd like to invite on stage Julia White to show you how Office Universal apps work across Microsoft devices.
Great.
Julia,
Thanks, Stephen. Thank you. And all right. So I'm going to give you a first look at some of the new Office Universal apps on the phone, a more in-depth view than we've shown before, but also how these new Office apps scale beautifully across the phone, the tablet, and even to the giant Surface Hub as well. So I'll start here on my Lumia 930, and you know, one of the things we do most on our phone is email, right? And we want a great email experience. Now, up until this point, you've really been only able to do basic triage, maybe clean up your inbox. But now, with the native installed Outlook app on the Lumia phone, you can really do so much more. You can actually get your work done. So go ahead and start into Outlook here. And some new kind of experiences. These are, again, beautiful with touch. So a great example of that is the swipes. I can just swipe left, and I can see my delete there. I can swipe right, and I can set a flag. But we know that people do email in so many different ways. It's a very personal thing. So we also let you customize how you want to do that. So if I go into my settings, in my options, I can actually customize what I want those swipes to be. I could set it to unread or read. I could move. So it allows you to make a very personalized email experience, which we know people want to do. All right, but it's not just about triaging and swiping around your email. It's about sending rich emails as well. So let's say, for an example, I have someone down here emailing me about this contract. and I want to reply in line. Well, now with this new Outlook experience, you can do exactly that. So if I reply here, you can see I can actually just go right down into the email itself and reply in line. And the first email app that lets you do that right there. So maybe I want to say, hey, let's move that up. Now, I also want to make sure they see that I made edits there, so I can go ahead and just grab that section right there. And because it's Office, I have the full editing and formatting capabilities right there. So I can go down to Format, I can change the color, I can highlight. It's that full, rich Office formatting built right into the Outlook experience. And I can even see down there with the attachments, I can send any kind of attachment, not just a picture from the phone, I can send any Office file as well. So I have a really rich experience. Now, but sometimes when I'm emailing on my phone, I really have a longer email I want to send, and I wish I had a real keyboard. Well, I'm excited to announce that today, for the first time, we're showing a beautiful new universal foldable keyboard built by the Microsoft hardware team. It's tiny, it's light, I can fold it right in my pocket in my bag, and I pull it out, and I just set it down, and with Bluetooth, it connects automatically to my Windows phone, but also my iPhone, my iPad, my Android devices as well. So as I can use Office across all my devices, I can use this great new foldable keyboard as well. And if I set it down, I can just start typing right here, and with a Bluetooth, just set it up, and it'll start working with my phone. So really beautiful new device. Can use it across all of the different places I'm working. Now, before I leave Outlook 2, I want to remember, the promise of Outlook is not just mail. It's about calendar as well. Now, if you have an iPhone or an Android phone, the native built-in app is separate. I have an email app, and I have a calendar app. Well, with Outlook, this is all one integrated app, which is a great experience. So I go back here, and you can see I just switch over in my files, and I can go straight from my email to my calendar view, and I have a rich view of what my calendar looks like, and I can switch from agenda view to day view as well. So I'm not having to switch back and forth between different apps. It's a nice integrated experience between the two. All right, now you've got a sense of that. I'm going to switch over to the new Lumia 640 XL that Stephen talked about to show the Microsoft Excel app on that. Now, in Excel, if you're dealing with numerics and numbers, it has to be very precise from a touch perspective. And even with this app, we've made it beautiful and really functional with touch on a small device like this. So you see here I have a table, and I have charts down here as well. And I want to maybe make some edits. I'm going to go ahead and just grab that down. Maybe I want to clear that. There we go. All right, so I want to go ahead and pull that together. You see, when I cleared that, my table actually lost the formatting. So I can go ahead and show how simple it is to add that back. So I just grab nice big touch handles here. I can grab through. And even if I don't get it exact, Excel kind of knows where I want to snap to, making it very simple from a touch perspective. And then I want to go down, and you can see, again, because it's Office, I have all those rich experiences. I can go see all my commands. This is actually the Office ribbon moved into what we call palette mode. Because I'm on a smaller screen, it puts it on the bottom. But I have all of the capabilities I want. For example, there's my formulas right there in a touch. And in this case, I want to auto-sum. And it does. It auto-sums that for me right there. You see I get my formatting back from my table as well. So even something like Microsoft Excel is so simple with this beautiful device and touch. And again, scales up and down across devices. Now I've got a sense a little bit of how things look on the phone. I'm going to switch over to the tablet experience to show you Universal App there. So here on my Surface, and I'm going to have it in kind of full tablet mode, as it were. And because I am, when I open the new Word Universal app, it puts it in read mode, so it reflows everything really smoothly. I can just swipe through, but I can also see things like comments. And I can come here and say, even like a threaded comment. So I can see even the rich experience that you get with Office, even in my read mode. And one of the unique capabilities we have in this version with Windows is what we call insights. So maybe as I'm reading here, I don't know a lot about photography. I want to learn more, so I can just tap on Shutter here. And one of my quick cues right there is called Insights. If I tap on Insights, you see it actually brings in a contextually aware search. It's not like just going to Bing and searching on Shutter. It actually knows the context of this document. So I'm getting an enhanced experience, and I can even just go down more and see more beautiful visuals right here within the Word experience. So staying within Microsoft Office, but getting an enhanced view right here. All right. So also we do a lot of editing in Word and not just reading. So let me go into edit mode and show you some unique things that Office offers uniquely on Windows. So do you know that you might not know, but Microsoft Word has over 4,000 features. And you might not know where all of them are located, but that's OK, because you can actually now use the Tell Me capability built right into this. So if I go up to my Tell Me here, I can just type in what I want to do. In this case, I want to insert a table, and it takes me right to that function. I can just go there, and it actually drops in a table. It doesn't take me to help and how-to about the table. It does that for me. So literally, I just have to ask it what I want, and it actually takes that action on my behalf. A great new capability within these apps specifically. All right. So now let's move from these devices over to this beautiful Surface Hub, maybe my favorite Windows device we have. Now this is a stunning 84-inch display, ultra-high def, 4K touch sensors, the largest ever produced, and it's running 120 hertz. Now, built in, we have dual cameras. We also have built-in mics, speakers, CPU, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and NFC. Literally, all you need is a power cord, and you're ready to go. And this is really built from the ground up to be great with collaboration, in-the-room collaboration as well as virtual collaboration. So let me show you how simple it is to use. All I have to do is pick up the pen, and it recognizes that I want to start inking. I want to start having a conversation right here. So I'm actually going to introduce Ben up here to show how simple it is to have kind of an in-the-room whiteboarding experience. So I'll start inking here, and maybe we want to draw that diagram that we were talking about. So I'll do A. And you see how fast, how smooth this is? It's actually based on OneNote as well. So I can save it to my OneNote, or I could even email it to myself from here. But one of the things that's great about the fact that this is digital versus paper or a whiteboard is you can move things around, too. So for example, I want to move this over to Ben's diagram. That's how simple it is to do. And I can, again, capture all of this, so I don't have to take a picture of the whiteboard anymore. It always goes with me wherever I'm at. Now, of course, it's more than just whiteboarding, too. We can also share rich content, like Microsoft Office. So I'm going to go ahead and allow a connection to the Surface Pro 3 that Ben has set up here. You're running the PowerPoint Universal app. You see, that simply, he's now projecting, swiping forward, and you notice when he swiped, moved forward, but it's not just it's not just a display, it actually goes two ways. So you see, Ben will start marking up and inking, and then I can do the same right back. So let me go ahead and change my ink color so you can see mine, and maybe I want to, move this over here, and you can see on Ben's surface happening as well, because it goes two-way, which we call ink back. And then as I swipe, you see that also moves forward on Ben's as well, and he can swipe back as well. So that's touch back. So it really is a rich two-way dialogue happening between the devices. And then with a simple click, I can actually add a Skype call right here, so I can have a great virtual meeting joining us in the room as well. So a beautiful experience across all of these things. All right. And now when I end it, simply do that, and I put the pen back, and it clears the device. All of the content is gone from the device, so the next person can walk up and begin working on it, and I don't have to worry about any of my personal content being maintained there as well. So really nice for a conference room or a shared space experience as well. So I've given you just a brief look at how the Office Universal apps work across the phone, the tablet, and scale all the way up to the Surface Hub, working great with touch, so you can accomplish more on any device you have. With that, hand it back to Stephen.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Julia. And I think you'll all agree that no amount of noise can overcome the incomparable Julia White. Thank you for doing that, Thanks. Julia. Okay. Now, the Windows 10 experiences do not stop there. In January, we also introduced the Microsoft HoloLens, the first untethered holographic computer. HoloLens makes it possible to place three-dimensional holograms in the world around you. It is truly mobile, with no wires, phones, or connection to a tethered PC. Let's take a look at HoloLens.
Look around. Technology is all around us. We use it in every aspect of our lives. It enables us to do amazing things. But what if we could go further? What if we could go beyond the screen? Where your digital world is blended with your real world. Now we can. This is the world with holograms. What will they enable us to do? New ways to visualize our work.
I have an idea for the fuel tank.
New ways to share ideas with each other.
How are things going your end?
I just put the images in OneDrive.
Perfect.
More immersive ways to play. New ways to teach and learn.
So put the new trap in the place of the old one.
Now what?
And tighten here and here.
New ways to collaborate and explore the places we've never been.
Look at this formation. Let's take a closer look.
And new ways to create the things we imagine. Because when you change the way you see the world, you can change the world you see. This is Microsoft HoloLens.
All right. As you can see, Microsoft HoloLens puts you in the very center of the computing experience. Now, in the full arc of time, when we talk about mobility, it is not about the mobility of any single device. It is the mobility of the experience across all of these devices. It is on this fundamental belief that we are focused. From devices with the smallest screens to devices with the largest screens to devices with no screens at all, we will create new experiences that enable people to move around their world. Because it is our aspiration that when you use the totality of the Microsoft experience, you will achieve more than you ever thought possible. Throughout this year, you should expect a steady drumbeat of information, announcements, and further reveals about Windows 10 and our device lineup. For example, we look forward to meeting with many developers on April 29th for our Build conference, where we will dive deeper into the developer and application strategy around Windows 10. Thank you for joining us here in Barcelona, and have a great rest of the week at Mobile World Congress. Thank you very much.